Ayan, good afternoon sa inyong lahat. Ayan. So, sa last Saturday, no, sadly wala ako, hindi ako nakapunta. Pero I read yung guidelines ni Ate Leng. And yung sinasabi niya doon na love one another as I have loved you. Sabi ni Jesus, no? And while I was reading it, na-realize ko na mahirap pala talagang magmahal, no? Oo. Lalo na kung nagmamahal ka ng nagmamahal. Habang tumatagal, mas lalong nagiging challenging yung journey of love, no? Pero, kagaya nga nung sabi sa passage, no? Love one another as I have loved you. No? So, you will love kapag may nare-receive ka ng pag-ibig. Mas madaling magmahal kapag ikaw mismo nakakaramdam ng pag-ibig. May nagmamahal na ba sa inyo? Oo. Same. Charot. So, I have a lot of questions, no, para sa inyo. Huwag kayong mag-alala, yung mga sagot nyo, hindi natin yan gigrigdan. Pero, may nakaranas na ba sa inyo na hindi kayo belong? Kunwari, sa mga circle of friends nyo, no? Feeling nyo nale-left out nila kayo. Or sa school, feeling nyo hindi kayo belong kasi ang tatalino ng mga classmates nyo, mga academic achiever, no? Or maybe, sa community, no? Kasi sila, ang gagaling na nila mag-preach, ang gagaling nila umanta, tapos kayo, average person na nakikinig, no? Minsan nga, di ba, kapag nasa school tayo, gumagawa tayo ng mga kalokohan para mapansin nila tayo, no? Kasi yun na lang yung magagawa mo eh. Kasi sila, ang galing nila sa recitation, tapos ikaw, gagawa ka na lang ng kalokohan para mapansin ka nila, no? So, doon mo nararamdaman yung belongingness, no? So, ganun yung nangyayari doon sa Acts 15, no? No? Some people, they were telling na yung mga bagong Kristiyano na you're not really saved unless you follow all the certain old religious laws. So, kailangan gawin mo to. Kailangan gawin mo yan para mailigtas ka. Kapatid, gusto mo bang mailigtas? And then, minsan may mga magsasabi sa inyo na hindi ka totoong Kristiyano unless you act a certain way, unless you dress properly, and unless you can talk, no? You can give a talk, a guidelines. So, hindi ka totoong Kristiyano kung hindi mo nagagawa lahat yun. May mga nagsasabi nun. Di ba nakaka-pressure, no? Pero, yung mga apostles, led by the Holy Spirit, may sinasabi sila. Sabi sa Acts 15 verse 28, it is the decision of the Holy Spirit and of us not to place on you any burden beyond these necessities. So, hindi nila sinasabi na kailangan gawin mo to, kailangan ikaw to, maging ito ka, no? Para ma-accept ka ng simbahan or ma-accept ka ni Jesus. Kasi si Jesus mismo, He welcomes you as you are, and hindi mo na kailangang i-earn pa yung pag-ibig na binibigay niya. Kasi binibigay niya na to freely, no? Hindi mo kailangang maging perfect to be part of this circle, no? Hindi mo kailangan gumawa ng mga kalokohan para mapansin ka ng mga kaibigan mo. Hindi mo kailangan parati kang available para sa kanila, para sabihin mo na belong ka. Kasi the church itself is not a gathering of perfect individuals. May perfecto ba sa simbahan? Si Kuya Gab daw. No? But rather, the church is a gathering of imperfect individuals. No? yung mga nagsastruggle ng mga tao, yung mga persons who try to find peace, no, or yung healing sa loob ng simbahan. So that's what makes the church perfect. Kasi it is made, no, or it is, kasi andun mismo yung mga imperfect na tao. And we piece all together ourselves para maging isa, no, maging perfect. You belong not because you have it all together, but because He already gave everything for you. Pero minsan, no, kahit na alam at nararamdaman naman natin na belong tayo, no, sa isang circle or lugar, we also feel na baka yung ginagawa natin dito, no, sa lugar na ito, ay hindi yung dapat natin ginagawa. Then, ang daming boses na maaaring mag-challenge, no? Maaaring mag-tempt sa mga paniniwala na sinasabi, yung mga truths na sinasabi sa inyo ng Panginoon. No? Dapat Kuya L1, magaling kang magsalita. Dapat ang galing mong magbigay ng talk para ma-acknowledge nila yung personality mo, no? Dapat ang ganda mo ang ganda mo manamit. So, how do I even know kung ano yung gusto ni God para sa akin? Ano ba yung purpose ko? How do I make the right choices kapag yung mga bagay sa paligid ko is already confusing, no? Or ang gulo na, sobra, and hindi ko na mag-gets kung ano nangyayari sa buhay ko. So, personally, this year, 2025, it is really tiring for me. And 5 months pa lang, no? Magsi 6 months pa lang yung 2025, and I am already exhausted na. Bakit? Kasi this year for me is exam year para sa akin. The whole year is the exam year, no? Bakit? Kasi last March, ako and si Kuya Nodge and then si Kuya Eltonio nag-take ng qualifying exam sa school to know kung dapat ba kaming mag-pursue ng 4th year. Kung ilang units yung kailangang ibawas para makasabay kami sa sa semester. And pwede naming i-take ng mga subjects. So, it was a heavy burden for the three of us kasi kapag hindi namin naipasa yun, mababawasan kami ng subject. And then mag-e-extend pa kami ng 1 or 2 years sa school. And then this coming September, magte-take ako ng civil service exam. Sa November, magte-take ako ng Philippine National Cadet Admissions Test. Tapos, sabay-sabay pa yung duty namin sa school, yung activities, yung research, yung student internship program namin or yung OJT namin. So, sabay-sabay this year. And ang dami kong personal drama and yung mga commitments ko here sa Barcomde and then sa Fire Brigade. So, feeling ko, ang dami. And I can't just completely break down. Hindi ko magawa kasi hindi pwede. On the outside, feeling ko, I'm just holding it together. Pero inside, I am really anxious and I am really exhausted and I am really overwhelmed. Minsan yan napapaisip ako na tama pa ba itong mga pinaggagawa ko? And napapagod na lang naman ako Ano bang purpose ng mga to sa buhay ko? Most of the time, nagre-reklamo na lang ako. Kasi ang dami nito. So, kakayanin ko pa ba? Pero sa bagay, ako naman kasi yung may gusto ng mga bagay na to. So, I ask na lang na, God, hindi ko kaya to nang ako lang mag-isa. So, I need help and I can't do this alone. So, every time na I feel anxious, that I feel overwhelmed sa mga bagay na dapat kong gawin, biglang pumapasok itong verse sa isip ko, no? Na Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I know na hindi lang siya basta coincidence kung bakit siya pumapasok sa isip ko. Kasi that's the Holy Spirit comforting and reminding and actually trying to strengthen me, no? Na hindi lang andyan yung Holy Spirit sa mga holy moments at kasama natin siya, no? Kasama natin siya sa school halls, no? Sa classroom, sa bahay, sa bawat activities na ginagawa natin sa buhay natin. Andun siya sa silence kapag nananahimik tayo sa isang tabi and we're trying to reflect what to do in our lives. Andun siya kapag overwhelmed na tayo sa dami ng pressures sa mga bagay na ginagawa natin, no? And He is there, He's saying na, hinga ka lang, andito ako, I got you, and hindi kita bababayaan, and you're not alone in this. Si Jesus, alam niya na yung mga disciples niya were about to go through fear, pressure, and uncertainty. Kagaya natin, no? Kagaya ko. So, before He left them, He gave them this powerful promise. Sabi niya sa John 14, verse 27, the Holy Spirit will teach you everything and remind you of all that I told you. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Kasi alam ni Jesus na yung buhay natin will get loud. Yung buhay natin ay mahirap, no? He knows na yung puso natin mapapagod. He knows na yung isip natin ma-occupy ng sobrang daming thoughts. That's why He give you His Spirit. Hindi lang basta feeling, but as a person living in you. Sometimes, walking in you. Walking with you. Malay mo yung katabi mo, siya pala yung Holy Spirit. And yung peace na sinasabi, no? Hindi siya yung fake na peace. Hindi siya yung panandalian na peace na ino-offer ng mundo. Na hindi siya yung peace na kapag nag-post ka sa social media na ang daming magla-like. Di ba ang ano nun, ang saya nun? Feeling mo famous ka, daming a-acknowledge ng mga bagay na ginagawa mo. Or yung peace na nakukuha mo from your achievements, or yung peace na nakukuha mo kapag nagpe-pretend ka, no? Na tinatago mo yung sarili mo, or yung kung sino ka ba talaga. Ito yung totoong peace, no? Yung peace na nagsistay. Even when life is hard, kahit naghihirap ka, this peace stays. So kung ang daming bagay or ang daming taong nang iwan sa'yo, itong peace na to, hindi ka nito iiwan. Kasi itong peace na to, yung nagsasabi sa'yo na, I'm here, I got you, keep going. So this is what we are truly made for, to live fully with God. Hindi lang sa heaven, no? Hindi lang in heaven, not just later in heaven, but starting now, ngayon na mismo, yung ilaw, yung mga achievements, yung goals natin sa buhay, yung mga hinahanap natin sa sarili natin, yung sense of purpose, of joy, and of meaning, you won't find it in popularity, no? Or sa success, or fitting in sa isang circle na you feel that you don't belong. You'll find it in the one who made you and is preparing a place for you. So, if you think that you don't belong, you belong. If you think na wala ka ng patutunguhan, you are guided. And kasi you are made for a purpose. You were made for more. So, wag kang magsisettle for less. You are made for something greater. Something beyond nung noise, nung ingay ng mga thoughts mo. Beyond the pressure na nasa paligid mo. and beyond the pain na nararamdaman ng puso mo. Even when life is good, di ba, may mga whispers in our soul that says, there's more than this, I was made for more. And sa totoo lang, you are made for more. You were created to shine with God's light. You were made to live with purpose, hindi lang with pressure, no? You are made to live with purpose, not just pressure. You were made for joy that doesn't expire and peace na hindi nasisira, hindi nawawala, at siya mismong nagsistay. So yung buhay that you have been craving for so long, totoo siya, and mahanap mo siya in the presence of God. And nagsa-start siya ngayon mismo, hindi sa kung kailan ka mamamatay. So, you were made for more than scrolling your way through life. You're made for more than just faking smiles. You're made for more than just chasing applause. You're made for holiness. You're made for heaven. And you're made for hope that doesn't fade. So, in trying to reflect with these three passages, I prepared 3 questions. So, where in my life have I believed that the lie that I don't belong, no? Or that I have to change who I am to be accepted? Kailan sa point ng buhay mo na naramdaman mo na hindi ka belong sa isang circle, sa isang lugar, no? Or ano yung ginawa mo just to fit in, no? Second is, when have I felt lost, overwhelmed or unsure of what to do, and did I invite the Holy Spirit to guide me? Saang point ng buhay mo na nawawala ka or you feel misguided? And lastly, am I living for someone made for more? Like someone made for more? Or have I been settling for less than God's best for me? So, if hindi kayang sagutin, I have another 3. Anong nakastruck sa'yo sa passage, sa song, or sa guidelines? And then, anong sinasabi sa iyo ni God or ni Jesus ngayon? And then, paano mo ito may sasabuhay? Yun lamang at maraming salamat.